What's going on, guys? CG Psych here, and I'm here today with episode 1 of me playing some Minecraft Bedrock on 1.17. So the goal for this episode is to find an awesome area to get going on a starter house and possibly even get started on some farms and maybe even build a storage building, but we'll have to wait and see if we're able to get all those builds done in this one episode. When I spawned into this new world, I did what any other Minecraft player does and found and KO'd a tree for its wood, and then I got some stone to make some stone tools, and I went off to find some food. After murking a few cows and gathering a bit more wood and other resources, I found my first village, where I borrowed most of their wheat and potatoes, and I promised I would bring them back. After leaving that village, I found this really cool looking extreme hills area that I thought looked super cool. It looked like a potential build location, but I wanted to continue exploring to see if there was any other cool areas to where I can build my starter house. I eventually found an area that I thought looked even better than that initial area, with this cool looking overhang looking out to the ocean with some land that I could eventually do other things, so I put my stuff down here, gathered some wood and stone, and got started building my starter house. Alright, so now we're going to go through how I build my starter houses, or pretty much any other build in general. I usually start off with a general outline of the shape of the build, and then in my head I think about where I want things, like where I want my bed and where I want my furnaces and stuff like that, as well as any other features that I want to incorporate into the build, like having a balcony area looking out to the ocean. After I do the outline of the build, I figure out the materials I want to use for the build, and in this case I'm going to be using cobblestone and oak logs and planks. What I usually do for my starter house is I usually make all the corners of the outline into whatever wood I'm using, and I keep the blocks that are connecting all the corners as cobblestone or whatever stone material I'm going to be using. After I get all the wood corners in, I go around and make my wood pillars 4 blocks tall in total, along with making the entire first and only floor 4 blocks tall, mainly because I like my windows to be too tall, and it gives good headroom for that particular room. After I get all those done, I get going on the trickiest part of any build, which is making the roof. Making a roof for any build that isn't just a square can be really difficult to pull off, because if any of the sides of a build is off, like if you were trying to build in odd numbers and one side is even, it can completely screw up a roof design. Making a roof is also difficult because it is hard to get the roof to not look either flat in shape or color. What I do to keep the roof from not looking flat in shape is by doing the simple roof pattern of doing a regular stair, then an upside down stair, then a full block, regular stair, then upside down stair, and another stair, and then I do the same thing on the other side. I do this pattern on 3 other sides of this house when I come to an issue with the longer side of the house. I didn't want to keep this side of the house with just a flat looking side of the roof, so I attempted to do the same pattern as I did on the other sides, but that wasn't going to work out since the side was longer. I couldn't figure out what to do yet, so I went ahead and did some other stuff so I could think about what to do. While I was thinking about what to do, I decided to use cobblestone to fill in the remaining spaces of the roof. When I got to the trouble area, I decided to try a different roof pattern that actually worked out. I decided to do a similar roof pattern with a couple modifications, and it actually looked pretty good. Even though this side of the roof was a block higher than the other 3 sides, it still looked pretty clean and not really janky, so I decided to keep this roof design. After I finished up the roof, I went ahead and did the interior. For my floor, I did a combination of stripped birch logs and birch planks to give the floor a bit more texture so that it wasn't just one block and look all flat. After doing that, I made my favorite part of this starter house, which was the balcony looking out into the ocean. I went with the same blocks I used for the house, but I used some cobblestone walls on 2 sides and left the end open so that I could look out at the beautiful landscape and also jump off into the water below. Alrighty, yeah, thank you for tuning into this episode of me playing some Minecraft Bedrock. Yeah, I sadly wasn't able to make any of those farms or making that storage building I was talking about earlier, but if you guys do want to see those builds, just remember to go down and leave a like. You can also go down and subscribe to our post notifications, and also go down in the comment section and leave any likes or dislikes you have in the video. Alrighty, see you guys in the next video. Alrighty, bye bye.